Tales of Myth and Mayhem tell stories for mature audiences. Listener discretion is advised. Please look after yourself. Welcome to Tales of Myth and Mayhem. I am Marc, your storyteller, and we are once again playing the Kult Divinity Lost scenario, The Driver. Playing with me today is Maitryei from Maitryei Plays Games on YouTube. Hi Maitryei.
Hello!
Thank you very much for playing with us.
Very nice. Thank you so much for having me.
My absolute pleasure. Always fun to play with you.
You too.
So we'll get right into it. You're fleeing through the Nevada desert. Your car's old, beaten up. Not your usual car, probably. Something you've taken in a hurry. The AC's broken. It's night time, but there's still this hot desert wind rushing in through the windows. You see you're running out of gas. The engine's going to die just about any minute. What is it you're running away from?
My name is Akhila, pronouns are she, her, and she's running away from... Well, she's not super proud of this for multiple reasons, but she was the enforcer and the number two for her boss, Lydia Whitney of Whitney Industries, the CEO of the farming company, Whitney Industries, and she's always been a pretty trustworthy enforcer, so Lydia had tasked her with a really sensitive job recently of killing her husband and her kid. Husband because he was about to snitch on Lydia for some pretty nefarious drug trials that Lydia hid away, and the kid to send a message to the husband. So when she got there, because of the interaction with the husband, who knew Akhila had a line, but turns out she does. And so when the kid, Destiny, kind of looked at her with big scared eyes, she decided that she could not kill Destiny. So she is on the run from not being able to fully complete this job, even though she did kill the husband. But she couldn't bring herself to kill the kid.
Does Destiny know Akhila? Does she trust her?
I think she's always kind of been this shadowy figure that sort of exists in the periphery of her parents' lives. So she knows of Akhila, but she has no concept of what Akhila does for her mom or anything.
I think one of the last things her dad said to her, Tom Whitney, was that she was to go with you and be a good girl, and he'd see her soon.
Yes.
Everything he could to make her calm. The car that you got was an old one of his. He liked to fix up old cars in his spare time. Unfortunately, they hadn't gone too far with this one yet.
Yeah.
But you got her into the car, you went back into the house, and you did what you needed to do. You have something to your advantage. What is it?
I have a 45 pistol that has initials engraved on it, not Akhila's, but she kind of lives and dies by meticulously caring for that gun.
Excellent. And as the gas is running out, the car's chugging along, up ahead on the highway, in the distance, what do you see?
I see a gas station that I can pull up to and mutter under my breath, thank fucking Christ. Because I have no idea when I can fill up again.
Your car dies about half a kilometre away from the gas station.
God damn it. I knew this was going to happen.
You see, attached to the geyser to the side of it, there is a diner in a small store where a clerk would sit. And the lights kind of flicker on and off in the gas station itself, although the lights are on in the diner. Do you wake Destiny up?
I do.
Get her out of the car.
I do.
She gives those big head yawn.
Yeah.
Where's Daddy?
Oh, He had some work he needed to finish. That's he's going to meet us on the road. That's why we need to make sure we can keep moving.
Okay.
So that we get to where we need to, and he can get to where he needs to.
It's dark here. I'm not allowed up this late.
That's why I'm with you.
Thank you. And she smiles. Looks about. Can I get pancakes?
If they have pancakes, you can absolutely have pancakes.
Starts to trot off, maybe a few steps ahead of you, and turns back to look and puts her hand towards you.
I'll take it. I feel very weird about the whole thing, but I'll take it.
She starts to babble at you, telling you about, she's only 5, isn't she? She's telling you about her toys and what they got up to, the things that her dad was telling her. And as she's talking to you, you get the scent of a flower.
Oh.
And it's something you've not smelled in years. You remember back to the time you were with Lydia in South America. She was trying to get the rights to harvest a certain flower and have the rights to grow it. There was indigenous people on the land there. What did Lydia get you to do in order to get hold of the rights?
We had to essentially pay off a local group of mercenaries and guerrilla warfare people to take out the tribe pretty unimpeachably, starting with the leaders of the tribe. And so it was just this massacre of an entire group of people.
And you remember it didn't cost all that much.
No.
And Lydia still bitched about it.
Yeah.
The heat, she did not appreciate it at all. How was Lydia with you?
She has always been fairly transactional, and one thing that Akhila has come to understand is that Lydia either sees you as an asset or a liability, and I have made sure to always seem like an asset. So Lydia, at least, and of all the people you don't want to be on the bad side of, Lydia is probably the most person you don't want to be on the bad side of. So, it's been a very transactional relationship, but Akhila's had a pretty good life, all things considered. She has said yes to most things. Pretty much everything, actually, up until Destiny was involved. And I don't know if it was because Destiny's a kid or her kid or what it was, but she just felt compelled to, for once in her life, not do the thing Lydia asked her to do.
The smell passes, and with it the memory. I don't know how Akhila would feel about it. Is it something she is proud of, doesn't care about, something she is embarrassed by or guilty?
I think she kind of stops first and looks around because her instinct is to try and find where the smell is coming from. And when she doesn't really see anything, she's confused first, and after that she's realizing that it wasn't something that stuck with her before, but obviously it's worth thinking about now if it's just randomly coming up when she's having this crisis of conscience for pretty much the first time in her adult life. So maybe she'll think about it later, but right now it's just kind of unsettling and weird.
Destiny suddenly shouts out, "No! No!" And she's pointing. And you can see on the sign for the gas station, it says no gas. I know that word, no, and gas. Daddy taught me.
Oh, of course you did. No gas. Okay, let's keep going. See if we're getting those pancakes. And meanwhile, Akhila's like, alright, I'm gonna siphon gas if I need to.
There are 2 cars parked out the front. One is another beaten up Dodge, looks very similar to yours actually, and the other is a sports car. It's like a Porsche or something that's old but well cared for, but the dust is starting to get into all the nooks and crannies of it.
Okay.
The lights are on in the diner. You see someone sitting at the bar. What do you call it? Is it a bar?
I think I know what you're talking about. The counter! There we go!
The counter. A woman behind it wearing the classic uniform, you see in the movies.
Yeah.
Her hair tied up. She's got scars on her face. A big smile. She's pouring coffee for the person sitting at the counter.
Her name's definitely Betty, I feel like.
It wasn't going to be, but if you wish it shall be.
Thank you.
The bell rings as you enter. Be right with you, sugar. Just have a seat.
Thank you. I'll sit down, and I'll give Destiny menu and say, look, see if they have pancakes. I'll have some too if you can find them.
She looks through and there's pictures beside the items. And she finds them. Look, it's pancakes. But I told you they'd have pancakes. I want some pancakes. Can I get maple syrup on them?
Of course. She's kind of looking around and only half paying attention to the kid.
The place it's not quite run down. It's not like it's not cared for, but the vinyl in the seats is cracked. The tables are scratched.
Right.
You see rust on the stools, so they're bolted into the floor, and you see kind of rust round about the feet of them. But it's not dirty. It's obviously well looked after. You see into the kitchen behind. There's someone working back there, and you can smell. You think it might be bacon or something cooking. After a moment, Boom comes over. You see on her name badge is Betty. Hey, sugar. Hey, dumpling. What can I get you? And she brings out a sheet of paper and a box of crayons. Like the old cheap kind that will melt in your hand if you have them too long.
Right. I think we know what we want to order, but sign outside says no gas?
Yeah, sorry. Hopefully we'll get something tomorrow.
Do you have any canisters or anything I can buy off you? Like, anything?
She looks at her watch. The boss will be in about 3-4 hours. He might, and he also knows when the delivery's coming.
3-4 hours. Okay.
You're welcome to stay in here.
Yeah, thank you.
You don't need to get anything. I'll get you your coffees on me.
Thanks, that's very kind. I think, and she forgets Destiny's name for a half second. It's the little one, Destiny, will have pancakes, and I will also have pancakes.
Of course. Can I offer you some of my strawberry pie? I made it fresh this morning.
Yes, that would be great. And maple syrup, please, because
of course. She looks at Destiny. We can't do without maple syrup. Destiny grins big ear to ear and gets back colouring in. Betty walks off, and the person at the counter doesn't turn.
Akhila is looking out the window to see if there's any, because she is already thinking about how to steal that Dodge. And she wants to look outside to see if there's anything kind of recognizable about it. Specifically, she's looking at the plates to see if there's a location that it's come from, and if there's any visible luggage inside. Can I tell if a family runs this, or an individual, or basically I'm trying to understand what I can about this Dodge from my vantage point.
Okay, roll observe a situation, please.
Okay. 11, success with complications, so I get to ask one question.
The windows are dirty, so you don't see inside. Unless you want to ask one of those questions, I'm taking it you want to know about the car.
I do.
Yeah. So the window, you can't really see inside. You do see a few things. Maybe it's silhouetted at the back, so you think there's a good bit of luggage in there. The plates are California plates.
Okay.
You see one of the wing mirrors is kind of knocked off. It's not completely off, kind of broken. The car's in quite a state. It's not been taken care of properly. It's probably a bit less well taken care of than yours at the moment.
Okay. So she is gonna go into her wallet and assume that Destiny is being distracted by the crayons and whatever else, and
just mumbling away the whole time, talking to herself.
doesn't feel the need to entertain this kid. Akhila's not actually very good with kids.
Destiny's absolutely fine. She's having the time of her life. She's looking at her hands, the fact that the crayons are melted on it, and then she's rubbing her hands together and making new colours and trying to show you, but when you don't look, she doesn't care.
So Akhila is going into her wallet to look for her, California license. She has a bunch of fake IDs, and she has one for California.
Yep.
So she's looking for the one for California and moving it to the front of her wallet, just on the off chance they get pulled over or something.
Mm-hmm.
I think at this point also she's gonna... Is there anything else notable about the dodge?
No, nothing that you can see.
Okay.
You would need to get up closer to it, so if you were to go outside, maybe...
Okay.
There's lights all over the place. If it wasn't so dirty, you'd be able to see, and it is kind of well lit, so you would need to do it without Betty or whoever's at the counter seeing.
Right. So I am going to call Betty over and just say, hey, could you keep an eye on my little girl for just a few minutes? I just have to make a quick call. I just need to step outside for a second.
Of course, sugar. No problem at all. We'll get along swimmingly. Swimmingly? I don't know. Like a house of fire. Something.
So, she's gonna go outside, and the intention is to look like she's just kind of casually walking past the door, but really what she's doing is looking at the fuel tank. She wants to see if the needle's down at empty, or closer to full, or somewhere in the middle, or...
I don't know, can you see that in a car without the engine on?
I have no idea. I don't drive.
I don't. In your cars, you can't. They'll only change once you put the key in, and not when the engine's on. But the key has to be in.
Oh, I see.
But in older cars, I'm not sure. Give me another observer situation roll.
Okay. 12 success with complications.
So what we say is the needle's pointing to 0.
Fuck.
But you do notice that there's keys or something hanging from the... like in the movies when you see it and the keys hidden up above the steering wheel in the shade.
Okay. Shit. Can I go to the other side of the car? Actually, before I break into this car, you said there was a sports car out here as well.
Yes.
Okay, so I'd like to do the same kind of ambling thing by the sports car, but because it's so fancy, I imagine it's not that big a deal to actually take it in, because I'm sure lots of people do that.
Yeah. But instead of observe a situation, then I want an act under pressure as you try to make it look nonchalant.
Okay. It's a failure with a 9.
You make your way around the car, having a look in. The fuel gauge says pointing 0, but again, you don't know if that means anything. In that case, because it's a newer car. We're not a newer car, but a fancier car maybe. You look around, maybe bend down to get a better look, and you hear footsteps behind you.
Can I help you?
She kind of stands up and wheels around to see who it is.
You see a woman standing fairly tall, slight build, looking at you with a smile on her face.
Oh, I'm so sorry. And she returns a big, sort of charming smile. I'm so sorry, I was just taken in by your car. Your car?
Oh, no, it's not mine.
Oh, it's a beautiful, beautiful car.
But, like most of the things around here, it doesn't work all too well.
So it is you, are you using it? Is it like a boyfriend or a girlfriend or...
I did bring it here, but it's not mine. I need to wait on the boss coming in the morning. We'll see what can be done with it. He's pretty handy with the tools.
So you don't have a boyfriend or girlfriend?
It's complicated.
And she smiles.
Can I get you a coffee?
You know what? I'm actually in the middle of a gig right now, but maybe you can give me your number and I can maybe text you later. I'm really good at making complicated things even more complicated.
She smiles, goes into her purse. She brings out a card, hands it to you. Give me a reason roll, please.
Oh god, I'm so glad I failed.
You look at the card. You don't recognise the name, but it says on it, journalist.
Oh.
You look up and she's gone. She's not standing there anymore.
I'm gonna go back to looking at the car. I'm gonna finish what I was doing.
You keep walking in the car, you check, maybe you give the tyres a nudge and you see one of them is just about deflated.
Okay.
The trunk, the boot is not closed properly, and you can smell a scent of decay coming from it
Okay.
that you didn't necessarily smell when you started going around it.
And that scent of decay, for better or for worse, Akhila's been around a lot of dead organic things.
Yeah.
Does it smell like a rotting corpse?
No, it doesn't. It smells like, I mean, as you say, you've been around a lot of organic things, and it smells like rotting plants. And again, it's another scent that something tickles your nose, tickles your mind, and has something to do with Lydia, but you're not sure. It's something medicinal.
Yeah, I think her first thought is that it's those fucking flowers again. Like, that's the thought that she has, and she kind of looks around and just like, what is going on? And she goes back to the diner and returns to Destiny.
Back into the diner. The bell rings again as you go in. The person at the counter's still there. Destiny is on her second pack of crayons. Quite a bit of it now on the table. Her mouth is full of pancakes with maple syrup, making a small moustache over her. She smiles as you enter. You've got pie and pancakes.
Oh, good. How is it?
Brilliant. Better than Dad's.
Oh, that's good.
Where is Dad? When's he finished work?
Yeah, soon. You know what? You can eat that on the road, right?
Did you get gas?
Yeah. Actually, I found another car we're gonna take.
Again, you hear someone get up. Sorry, you found another car?
I'm just trying to calm my kid down, because there's no.
Where is it you're headed?
Just it's just away. Just a bit of a road trip. Just to clear my head,
It's a guy, fairly dark skin, clean shaven. Oh no, I get it. I've had to do that myself once or twice. Cute kid. She's your daughter?
She's
That's not my mom.
no, she's the daughter of a close friend. She's my niece.
Yep, Auntie Akhila. She got me pancakes.
And we're gonna pack up those pancakes to go. And she got really upset, Betty. It's like, Betty, could you pack this up for us, please?
The guy walks out, gets into the Dodge.
God damn it. Okay.
Doesn't drive away. Sits there, the radio goes on, the lights on, you see him fumbling about in the glove box.
I'm gonna say to Destin, just stay here with Betty, okay? I'll be right back. And I'm gonna run out and try and catch up with this guy.
You run out, the door opens, the bell rings. Roll see through the illusion, please.
Okay. 6 failure.
You step out the door and you feel something smack into the back of your head. You hit the ground, your mouth fills up with dirt, your eyes close for a moment.
Okay.
When you open them again, you're sitting across from Destiny.
I'm gonna reach up to the back of my head where it got hit. Is there anything back there?
Nothing back there, but you do still taste the dirt.
I kind of reach up to my mouth to see if there's actually dirt in there.
A couple of sand corns,
Yeah.
a little bit of grit.
Look out the window. Is the dude still there with the car, or has he gone?
Car's gone.
Car's gone. Shit. Okay.
But you see where the car was, It's dry desert. But you see where the tyres were on the ground, you see vegetation. And little bits of green sprouting up.
Okay.
Do you want to see my drawing?
Maybe later.
Okay. And she gets back and puts her arm around it so you can't see and scribbles. The pancakes are wrapped up in tinfoil.
She's gonna look around. Akhil's gonna look around for the woman.
You don't see her, you just see Betty cleaning the counter, humming and smiling.
I'm gonna go up to Betty and ask, and describe this woman and ask if she's seen her.
No, I don't know anyone like that.
Okay.
What would you say her name was?
And she pulls out the card and whatever name is on there.
Emma Hart.
Emma Hart.
Emma Hart. The name rings a bell, but no, I don't think I know her.
Okay.
There's no one else about just now.
Alright. I'm first gonna go to the gas station next door with Destiny in tow. Mm-hmm. And
I'll look after your stuff. Don't worry.
thank you. I don't really have any stuff.
She means the pancakes and stuff.
Yeah,
Unless
yeah.
you're taking it with you. Do you want to see my drawing?
Maybe later.
Okay.
Thank you, though, Destiny. I'm sorry. I just need to figure some stuff out. Just give me a couple minutes, okay?
Okay, where are we going?
Reno.
Reno? I don't know where that is.
No, it's far. So I'm gonna go up to anyone who looks like they work at the gas station.
It's closed, there's nothing there.
Fuck.
The windows are dirty as well.
God damn it.
Give me observe a situation, please, again.
Okay. 18, success.
Okay. Now I've got some information for you, but is there anything from the questions there you would like to ask?
My only goal right now is getting the fuck out of here. So I'm gonna ask, what is my best way through this? And I will very happily take whatever information you have.
So, as you look through the window, your nose fills again with, you think it might be the smell of the rainforest. You get the feeling in your boots they're as if they're wet. You know when you're marching for a long time in heat, how your muscles begin to feel. For some reason it feels like that. Through the window you see vines crawling over everything. And your best way through the situation is away from it. You see flowers begin to bud and things there. They are blooming even as you look at them. You see that flower from that you had people killed for starts popping up all over the shop. Roll, keep it together, please.
Okay. That's a failure when there are two.
Okay, so we will drop your stability by 2.
Okay.
You are now down at unhinged.
Yeah.
You panic. You grab hold of Destiny's hands and you push your way backwards. You still know this is the best way out for you, but your mind just can't quite accept what you're seeing, especially not when you see the fact that the metal of the door, the handle, is corroded and rusting. There's now green coming out through the hinges. The door looks as if it's warped somehow.
Okay.
You move back, almost trip on the pavement where the gas pumps are, with the signs hanging over them.
I'm gonna think of the unhinged panic state as her not being nearly as meticulous as she would be. So I think she's just gonna try and get to the sports car, and she's okay to just use the butt of her gun to break the window and get it.
You turn, start to run for the sports car.
Her intention was to try and do something with the fucking flat tire, but I don't think that's even registering in this moment.
Give me please an act under pressure.
20.
There we go.
Fucking finally.
You firm your grip on Destiny's hand. She kind of yelps because it's quite tight, but you don't really hurt her, and you move. You turn, after almost tripping, you walk steadily, you're not running, but you've got your hand on your gun. You walk steadily towards the car, You get to the driver's seat. Oh no, well, the driver's seat, where would you put it? Yeah, the driver's seat, because you wouldn't want her to be sitting on the glass.
Yeah.
You whip out the gun, and you don't give it full on smash. You take it, you look around, no one's seeing, and you give it 3 quick taps, and you see it shatter and fall into the seat. No alarm goes off. Door opens. The smell of rotting vegetation assaults your nose. You see the leather from the seats is ripped and torn, falling off. You see beetles and insects crawling through in and out of the cushioning.
Oh, man.
The glove compartment bursts open and a vine falls out, slopping onto the floor.
Okay.
I want my pancakes. I'm hungry. I don't like this car, it smells.
I'm standing between Destiny and all the weird stuff, like I've pushed her behind me.
Do you want to see my drawing?
No! Destiny, just... I don't want to see you! And
I'm sorry.
she's kind of backing away and like, I'm sorry, just give me a second, okay? Just give me a second. And she's gonna go back to the car and assume Destiny's back there waiting for her and hasn't come closer. But she's gonna try and figure out the front seat as like a safer way for Destiny. So like move the vines and brush away the insects and that kind of thing.
You move into the car. The insects crawl over your hand. You feel something doesn't quite bite you, and it's not quite a sting, but maybe it's checking something. The smell starts to become overpowering.
Can I help you?
And she looks up.
I think I might know you.
She looks up and you see the woman again.
I gave you my card earlier.
Yeah, I need to get out of here. My car died. This is your car?
Akhila, I know. And no, I did kind of bring it here, but it's not mine.
Okay, well, I'm gonna take it.
I don't think it'll work anymore.
And you look at the tyres, and the tyres are completely gone. It's just on the metal.
God damn it.
The metal of the rims is completely rusted.
Okay.
I think we should go in and take a seat. Bring Destiny, we can have a little talk.
What? No, what? How do you know her name?
I just think it's best. I'm going to go in, I'm going to get a coffee. I wouldn't advise staying out here for much longer.
She looks at Destiny and she looks at the woman and it's very clear she's like making some calculations. And
Destiny's sobbing still a bit. Hurt that you snapped at her.
okay, we need to go back in. You can have some more pancakes, okay?
Pancakes?
Yeah.
I love pancakes.
Yeah, no, I know you do. Alright, and she's gonna go in and make sure her gun is well within immediate reach if she needs it, but will follow.
The woman smiles, turns round to you. You enter, the bell rings again. You don't see Betty, maybe she's in the back. You go back to the seat you were in. She takes the same side that Destiny was on. Destiny climbs up beside her. Roll see through the illusion, please.
Okay. 6. Yeah.
See, okay, GM explains what you see and makes a move. What you see is large wings coming out of the back of this woman, Emma. You see her body is almost skeletal, but doesn't look unhealthy. It looks strong. Her face is a much more severe version of the face that you saw before. You see a shadow fall over Destiny, and you see a wing stretch out to protect her, and then you feel something hit you in the back of the head. You fall to the linoleum, and you see a pair of high-heeled shoes that you know very well. I asked you to do one simple thing, Akhila. One simple thing. And what did you do? Yes, you get rid of the idiot, but you didn't get rid of my darling daughter. Hello, Destiny. Hi, Mommy. Get up.
She gets up and... Lydia?
In the flesh, dear. What made you think you could take from me? Do you think because you're the one I usually send after people who take from me that you're somehow immune?
Look, this is just not something you had to do. You didn't have to do this.
Where's the business card from the woman?
It's in my pocket, probably back pocket.
Okay. I didn't have to do what? Come and get my property back? There's no point in killing the girl now. He's dead already. It was meant to be a punishment for him.
Okay, so I'll come back with you and we can make sure she's safe, right?
She opens a bottle of pills, takes one, crunches it between her teeth and swallows. Do you think you can defy me? You think you can... How long have we known each other?
A very long time, and that's why you should know that if I'm doing something, it's because I think it's the right thing for you, Lydia.
She gives a very short laugh. You see out the window there's two heavily muscled men wearing suits. They must be roasting in this weather. There's no car though, other than the now absolutely decrepit Porsche.
Look, just let me go. Let us go. You never have to hear from us again.
Akhila. I made you comfortable, didn't I? I gave you everything you needed. I did not require overly much of you. Nothing too onerous. That Sop Thomas did not need to live.
And she kind of cocks her head like, are you fucking serious right now?
I treated you like part of my family. Part of my family that I didn't want to get rid of. Did that not make sense to you?
So I'm asking to extend that same courtesy right now. Just, that magnanimousness that you are so well known for. Just let us go.
She barks out another laugh. Mummy, can I show you my picture? Not now, Destiny. Sit down and be quiet. Children should be seen and not heard, don't you think? Now, what got you all matronly? Why spare the child? You know she's... I only had her to placate Thomas. There is no win for us here. She does not further my goals.
So just let us go then. Let us go and okay. Let me go and find somewhere to stash her, and then I can come back to you and we can do whatever you need me to do. Just leave Destiny out of it.
The doorbell tinkles again.
You don't need her. You said you don't need her.
No, I don't need her. But I need my commands to be followed.
Look, I'm the one that made the mistake. I'm the one that fucked up. She had nothing to do with it. She's fucking 5, Lydia. How could she have anything to do with this? I'm the one that has done everything.
She has nothing to do with anything, and that is the point. She picks up one of the crayons and starts drawing on the table. It's a black crayon, and it looks like something out of a movie, so an isometric sigil of some sort. And she starts talking, and could be Latin, but it doesn't quite sound like it. There's something much more guttural about it. And I want you to once again roll see through the illusion, please.
Oh, failure again. Dude, I can't roll for shit.
So what you see, sometimes when you fail the roll to see through the illusion, you still see through it. But it's not a pleasant process.
Yeah.
Lydia's hands work faster and faster at this, and a name claws its way into your head. Yesod. And with this name comes a feeling of greed. And it's a feeling you recognise, it's a feeling you have always felt from Lydia. It's a feeling that you probably had yourself as she made you much richer than you otherwise could have been. All these deals that she made, all these people she fucked over.
Yeah.
To make her life that much better.
Yeah.
And you see Lydia's face, and it looks much younger than it usually does. You see almost a halo around it. She looks at you and smiles, and roll keep it together, please. And we'll see what you see.
Success, finally.
You see her face contort. It's still human, But you know when they say they can see the greed in someone's eyes? You see it in her entire face.
Yeah.
There's something horrifying about it as this feeling emanates off of her. You also see the child to your side glance, and there's nothing greedy about her. There's just the smile that's on her face is just completely free. And you notice there's a wing still curled round about her head, and it's not making a shadow on her, it's keeping the shadow off of her. And you feel your wrist burning as Lydia takes it. This is about what is mine. This is what I am owed. And if that little bitch there is part of the price, then that is what shall be paid. You owe me everything that you have.
I owe you everything, not Destiny. Let's figure out a way to keep her out of this.
The symbol on the table is glowing. The bell rings again at the door, and you hear the window beside you crack. Neither Destiny nor Lydia seem to react to it, but you see vines start to crawl up the window. I want you to come with me now. You will kill her, and then I will decide what to do with you. Do you want to see my drawing? Shut up, Destiny.
Yeah, Destiny, show me your drawing.
Destiny pulls it out, and you see, very childishly but obviously drawn, is you, woman, the journalist with wings.
With wings.
Both of you standing in front of Destiny, and a monster that is obviously her mother cowering in front of you.
Okay.
The mother takes it and rips it up. She turns to shout for the two men she left outside, and she sees them both spread-eagled and bloody. Well, I think we might just need to make a little sacrifice in the first place. And she puts her hand into her handbag.
I don't even know what's in the handbag, but I'm gonna make an attempt to lunge for it and knock it out of her hand.
Roll engage in combat, please. Violence.
10, success with complications. You inflict damage without a cost.
You grab her. You grab her hand. You don't manage to, like, what's out of her hand, the bag falls to the floor. But you wrestle her off the seat, and you're both on the floor, and you would expect to hit tile, but you don't. You hit into a kind of mulch, and it's wet. She lets loose a scream of disgust and tries to smack you with the butt of her gun. Roll avoid harm, please.
10, success with complications again.
You manage to get out of the way, but she gets away from you and gets up onto her feet.
Okay.
She points the gun at you. If I have to do it myself, I will. But, Akhila, you have served me well. And by serving me well, you have served Yesod well. Now, she looks around.
Is that a name that's familiar to me at all?
No. Something in your mind hears it and is disgusted, angry, but it's not a part of your mind that you've ever acknowledged before.
Okay.
And when you hear it actually again, roll see through the illusion. It's the last time I'll ask for this.
That is ominous. 13 is excessive complications. You see reality but also affect the illusion. The GM chooses one something senses you or the illusion turns around you.
So you sense reality, and reality comes in all different flavours. You see outside the desert is full of life, not all green, not as if it's rainforest or anything, but you do see nearby all these vines and this swamp-like ecosystem taking over around you. Destiny is just sitting in this booth that is now completely rusted and mouldy. She's got a beetle on her hand and looking at it and smiling. The windows are all broken. You see Lydia with this kind of halo, dark halo around her head. You see yourself as something more than human, and you feel the eye of Yesod on you, and you feel greedy for a moment. You feel as if you are owed much more, that you could take what you want. You could kill her, you could take the daughter, and you could then be the daughter's caretaker as she comes into power, as she takes this company, but in the meantime it would be all yours, and you would get what's owed to you. All you need to do is take this bitch out.
And she is going to lean into that feeling and pull out her gun or take a shot.
Roll engage in combat, please.
18 success!
How do you kill this woman who's now trying to tower above you with her gun in her hand?
I think it starts with her kind of stepping in between Destiny and Lydia. And that movement distracts Lydia long enough for her to be like, what the hell is going on? And I think Akhila's able to just take a pretty clean headshot.
You move faster than you usually think you can move. The air here is different to what you usually feel like. You feel like more here. Even without that voice telling you that you deserve more, that you're owed more, that you should have everything. Why the fuck should Lydia have it? You pull the trigger. And the black halo flies off of her, and you feel it flying towards you. You feel the greed start to sink into you. And you hear a voice in your ear.
Kalki.
That's not a name anyone should know.
You see the woman again. The blackness, this greed is frozen. Destiny is frozen, not moving. This little beetle crawling over her hand, the smile still all over her. And you suddenly remember where you've heard the name Emma Hart before. That's who Thomas was wanting to speak to, or was speaking to.
Holy shit. Okay, is she back in the picture at all?
She's behind you. And she has massive wings.
Like celestial white angel wings or like demonic bat wings?
Neither. They're like a mix between the two, actually. And they stretch out.
Okay. She's gonna turn and again sort of instinctively be between Destiny and her and sort of pushing Destiny behind her. It's like, just let us go, okay? Just let us go.
She puts her hands up.
I understand. Just, can we talk for a moment? I don't wish either of you any harm.
Was it you that called me Kalki just now?
Yes. I thought that would get your attention.
What do you want?
She looks around. You see there's a hole in the ceiling now. The sun's up. You see creatures flying through the air above you. You hear something howl in the distance. Something else howl in reply. Everywhere is alive with plants or mold or little animals.
Okay.
Is this the first time you've seen all this?
It's not the first, no.
You see the blackness hovering beside you, and you feel the greed emanating from it. It keeps trying to dart towards you, but something's holding it back.
A while ago I came to this diner with my husband, and he was able to leave without me. I got to stay and I got to learn a little bit about us, about humanity, about what we were, what we are, what we could be. And I got to learn about people like Lydia, who serve those who would be our jailers. You could be one of them. That dark cloud of avarice wants you to be part of it. Wants you to take that little girl and use her for your own ends. For his ends. For him to gain power again, as he lies weak in the corporations of our world. And that's something you could do. I will not stop you no matter what. Or you can come with me and I'll make sure the girl's looked after. If you come with me, you can learn the truth. If you go with her, I can't stop Yesod from taking hold. He can't take Destiny. She's too young, too innocent, even with a mother like hers.
Thomas was going to talk to you.
Yes. I used to be more into conspiracies, and then I got set free. And so I wanted to help him. I wanted to stop your mistress from carrying out the horrors that she did.
Thomas was a good man. If he trusted you, that says a lot more than Lydia not trusting him, because Lydia didn't trust anyone.
No, Lydia has been corrupted for a long, long time.
Yeah.
But, as I said, you have the choice.
Have you ever met Destiny before?
No.
Okay.
But I know someone who can look after her.
What does that mean?
When I stayed here, it allowed my husband to be saved. But my husband is alone right now. He doesn't even remember me. And for Destiny, it might be better if she never remembers her mum, her dad, or you.
Can you promise that? Because I just want to keep her away from being killed for no reason. I'm not a mother. Man, like, I'm not.
I know you're not.
I just don't want to kill a fucking 5-year-old.
I don't think many people do.
No. So, who's gonna take care of her?
Ruben will take care of her.
Who the fuck is Ruben?
My husband.
But he doesn't even remember you. You said he doesn't.
No, but when he has destiny, he will remember that he has a daughter.
Can I make sure that works before I fucking come with you?
I kind of need you to take it in faith. You can make sure after, but before, either come with us or go with Yasod. And believe me, you'll make her suffer just as much as her mother would have done if you go with him.
Yeah. I don't... You're sure you can take care of her?
I'm sure he can.
Okay. As long as she's taken care of, I'll do whatever you need me to do to keep her safe.
The woman smiles, and you feel a pain in your back as wings erupt from them. What do your wings look like?
Oh, holy crap. And she looks behind her, and similar to Emma, they're sort of these... You think they ought to be celestial with the amount of feathers on them, but they are black feathers on black leathery wings. They look incredibly demonic.
As they erupt from your back and you look, you hear someone drive up. You hear the crunch of the gravel. You hear the car door slam, the bell tinkles. You hear Destiny shout, "Daddy!" and run. And as you look towards where she left a drawing on the table of two creatures with wings holding hands flying into the sky. And that's us. Thank you very much.
Holy crap, Marc!
You've been listening to Tales of Myth and Mayhem. You can find all the links to find us in the description. Hope you enjoyed yourself.